Streeter.
Well, a very good morning to all you folks at home. Larry here, checking in from Western New York, just outside of the village of Pulaski. The beard is out. It's the last weekend of September. That can only mean one thing. It's salmon season. I am back here on the world famous Salmon River, fishing the Douglaston Salmon Run. I'm over here with my buddy George. George's been on the channel before. He's actually gonna be in a couple of upcoming videos that we shot back in July too. Been down to the Cape with him, done some saltwater, some striped bass stuff. I'm also here with Streeter. Him and I came over here last year with Sprague. Those two videos that we filmed last year in the fall combined about 18,000 views right now. So thank you if you check those videos out. If you haven't, make sure you check out the channel. And we caught some unbelievable fish last year. And I really appreciate all the love in the comments, all like the really positive, insightful, you know, just upbuilding comments that I got last year on those videos. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm being totally sarcastic right now. I've never fished anywhere that's so toxic online that people just absolutely hate what you're doing over here, that you shouldn't be fishing here, that you're flossing, you're snagging, you're lining fish, you're not holding your rod right, you're not holding your slack line right, you shouldn't be keeping fish, you're fighting fish too long. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. And if you're one of those people, just know this. If you're gonna leave a comment on this video, I do have time for you. All right, and just make sure that you hit that dislike button to really just drive it in. Let me know how you feel. But regardless, we're gonna try to put a fish in the net, and I'm gonna cook one of these fish up too, try to dispel some rumors that these fish taste like mud, that they taste like dirt. But obviously it's been a couple years for me. I have not put a fish in the net since 2021. I was actually in Barstool Outdoors for the last fish that I caught here. It's a pretty nice king salmon that found its way into the net in the lower part of the DSR. Right now we're fishing the upper part of the DSR. George is right behind me. He is right here. I'm gonna put the camera down and start fishing. So folks at home, please sit back, relax, and stay tuned. Grab the other end of the hoop. Just make sure. That was, there you go. That was weird. I saw him hanging out up there. Like, he must have already been caught or something. I don't think this one's gonna make it, unfortunately. Really dark. Come to me, like kind of squat and walk. There we go. Back up. Perfect, it's right there. Okay. I don't think this fish is gonna, I think it was dying right where it was. Kind of sucks. But... Huh? In the river? No. What is dying stand for habitat? No, back up for a second.
Dude, I'm here too.
I know. It's just for the shot, dude. Relax. Oh, it's different.
Oh yeah, dude, there's fish here.
We're on, baby. Grab the net, let's go. Come on, come on. Let's go. On the hop, come on. Get over here. Get over here. Right here. Keep going. Get up there, baby. Keep going. Stay on the bank. Get going, George. Easy, stay right there. Put your net in the water. It's coming back this way. You see his head, you take him, right?
I see him right here, I think. Taking a run.
He's right at your feet.
He's right here. Yep, yep. He's still got some. He's way up here now. I see him. Give him the beans.
He's going up. He's going up. It's all right. It's coming back. It's coming back. Keep walking. Keep walking.
Oh, shh. I can't see.
Get on my list. Keep going. Keep going.
I got him. I got him. Just keep him right there.
Duck, just go down, or net him. Net him. Yeah, right, net him. Get him, buddy. Thank you. And he just came off.
Dude, he was wrapped around the screw.
Woo! Well, folks at home, that is a wrap on the 2024 Woods North Salmon River excursion. Riding back with George. Is working the camera right now. I'm not filming myself. Hands on the wheel. We're actually back in Vermont now, about an hour south of Burlington on 22A, just south of Regents here. the reports are true. It is a slow year on the Salmon River. Low water, hot weather, not a lot of fish moving around out of the estuary. Did manage 2 fish, my first 2 fish in a couple years there. They were both males. The first one was a lot darker, it was a little bit bigger, been in the river for a longer time. Didn't have a lot of life in it when I hooked it and didn't take off like they usually do. The second one was a much brighter, fresher king that took me for a run, and George was able to net that fish into the shallows after it ran upriver. But I'm on my way back home now. I got those fish cut up and in the cooler. I can't wait to read all your hateful comments yet again. And I'm messing around. I appreciate all of you still being here, obviously. If you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to Woods North. It's totally free, it's quick, it's painless, I promise. But make sure you stick around right now because we're on our way back, and I'm not gonna do it tonight, but edited into this video, I'm gonna show you how to make one of these Salmon River fish taste unbelievable. Let's go do it. All right, let's get cooking. Also, by the way, welcome to my place of work. This is my family's restaurant that's been in downtown Burlington for the last 45 years. Figured I'd start doing some cooking videos here because there's an industrial strength dishwasher back here. And I don't know, I just think it looks cool. But it's been a couple of days now. I think I got back from Pulaski about 5 days ago. The salmon were really roughly cut up, although I didn't do that bad of work, on the tailgate of my truck while we were still by the riverside so I could get rid of all the carcasses. Over there, I didn't have to lug anything back with me. They came out okay. I had to throw them in the freezer real quick just because I wasn't getting to them right away. So this one fillet that I'm working with here got a little banged up in the freezer, but it's totally fine. The pin bones have been removed. I cut the ribs out, as well as the belly meat that's kind of like really fatty, and there's not a lot of good meat and a lot of good flavor on that. But the fillet came out, it's looking pretty good. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna prepare like a wet rub. It's not really a marinade. It's not a dry rub. It's kind of just like a sauce that this fish is gonna cook in the oven. And it's pretty simple. We're gonna start with a whole bunch of minced garlic. I got a whole bunch of just like peeled raw cloves here that we're using, but you can use, I know there's a stigma with it. Jarlic, the pre-minced stuff that you can buy in a jar from the store, works completely fine with this. We're not doing anything fancy. But go ahead and throw that in a bowl. We're gonna throw a bunch of sriracha in here as well. It's a pretty mild hot sauce. I'm kind of a spice freak as well. I get a pretty high spice tolerance. If you've seen my brook trout sushi video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But we're gonna throw a generous amount in the bowl with the garlic, some soy sauce, just a touch of organic honey, just a little bit of paprika, and to finish it off, we're gonna use some just some fresh squeezed lime juice. I'm not gonna add any salt or pepper to this. There's plenty of salt in the soy sauce, and we don't wanna over salt anything before it goes in the oven. But that is gonna be it. That's gonna be a real simple rub that we're gonna use here. With that freshly clean and cut up salmon, we're just gonna throw the chunks of fish here, those individual fillets, right into the bowl. And since I thawed this whole fillet out, so I figured that I'd cook the whole thing up. I got 6 pretty good pieces of meat that I'm just gonna cook it all up at once. I'll have some leftovers. I'm just cooking for myself right now. It's after hours, there's no one else here. But that's fine. I'm sure I will eat it in the next couple of days or so. Throw them right in the bowl, make sure they're pretty well coated. And what we're gonna do now is I just like to throw these individually in some tin foil before they go in the oven. It really kind of helps hold all that moisture while it's cooking in the oven. So first things first, let's do that. All right, those are in the oven. I'm gonna give those anywhere from like 15 to 20 minutes. There's some pieces that are bigger than others. And there's some that are still, it's almost all the way thawed out, but it's gonna cook up just fine. I'm gonna be checking those periodically here. The first thing I'm gonna get going that's gonna take the second longest is I'm gonna make up some pearl couscous. It's gonna be a good grain, some good starch to go with this. Really simple, obviously just 1.5 to 1 ratio. So 1.5 cups of water to 1 cup of pearl couscous. And we'll get the water boiling, we'll just let that simmer while the salmon's cooking. Oh, and maybe Maybe a couple of these while we're waiting, huh? That couscous I brought up to a rolling boil. We're just gonna let it simmer and cover it for the duration of this meal, right? So that salmon needs to cook a little bit longer, and that couscous should just be about ready when the salmon's coming out of the oven. The last thing I'm gonna do to kind of finish this dish off is we're just gonna do real simple. We're gonna saute some spinach in a pan, some oil, some garlic, some shallot, maybe a little bit of salt and pepper. That part's easy, so let's just get that out of the way right now. The couscous is done, the greens just finished cooking, and the salmon is ready to eat. So all we gotta do right now is plate it. I'm kind of a snob when it comes to the kitchen, right? I was trained in restaurants, been working in a restaurant for 18 years. The way I was trained is that when you're preparing a dish like this, you're gonna be able to wanna get a piece of starch, vegetable, and protein with each bite. So when I plate, I like to do it like this. We're gonna start out with the couscous. We're gonna make a bed of couscous across the plate like this. On top of that, those greens just finished cooking. They're smelling really good. We're gonna place them right on top. This is gonna act kind of like a mattress for the salmon. So we're gonna take one piece of cooked salmon. You know, like I said, I put 6 in the oven. We're gonna have some leftovers. We'll take one of those pieces and just put it right on top like this. And the only thing left is to garnish with a slice of lemon. And just like that, Salmon River King salmon. Not looking so bad right now, does it? So let's admire it here for a few seconds. I'm pretty proud of the way this came out. And let's chow down. I cannot lie, this has exceeded my expectations. It is shockingly good. And I hate to toot my own horn like that, but there's a lot of times that I'll cook something on this channel kind of just for shock value that I'm really not looking forward to eating. But I'm happy to say this is not the case this time. This is easily the best salmon that I've ever caught over at the Salmon River, and at least the way I've prepared it here. It's really not too garlicky, it's not too spicy at all. The other parts of that rub, the honey, the lime juice, and the soy sauce, do a really good job of mitigating all that while it's in the oven and cooking. So it just comes out really well balanced. You get a little bit of spice, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of soy, that saltiness, and just a little bit of sweetness from the honey. So, like I said, it goes really well with the couscous and the spinach. I'm gonna give this like a 9 out of 10, to be honest with you. I promise to all you naysayers out there, anyone that's ever said that these fish taste like mud or they taste like trash, I promise that if I blindfolded you and didn't tell you where this fish came from, you would have absolutely no idea that it came out of the Salmon River in scenic Pulaski, New York, okay? This is really good stuff, I really promise. That the stigma, at least I think the stigma with these oily fish, these oily freshwater fish, that's king salmon, that's lake trout, it really all comes down to how they're handled after they're caught and the way that you prepare them as well. And there's a lot of other videos I have on this channel of preparing oily fish like this and making it taste really well, whether it's smoking it or spicing it, anything like that. But I would love to hear your feedback in the comments down below. Does this look good to you? Do you have a better recipe or something that you want to see me try cooking on the channel here? I'm sure there's going to be plenty of comments from people letting me know what I did wrong in the river, or how I'm holding my rod wrong, or I'm using a bad reel, or that I shouldn't be fishing the DSR, or that I parked weird when I pulled in, that my beard's too long. I'm here for it. I come to expect it, right? So feel free to sound off in the comments with whatever you please. I promise I'll respond to it. And thanks for tuning in if you are still here. I know this is kind of the tail end of the video, and most people by now are done watching, right? For every 5 people that start a YouTube video, only 1 finishes. So I'm talking to you. right now. I really appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you go check out the other videos that I filmed over at the Salmon River. I think now this is the 4th or either the 5th video that we filmed in the fall for the salmon run. And I was over there in the spring too. We filmed a pretty cool steelhead video as well as a sucker fishing video because they were in the river in thick, and they were a lot of fun to go after with the fly rod as well. And if you enjoy that sort of stuff, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. There's going to be all sorts of hunting content this fall, ice fishing this winter, turkey hunting in the spring. I'm on the boat and we're flat fishing all summer. So I'd love to have you all along for the ride for that. I'm gonna finish this off camera so you guys can stop watching me chew here. And then I gotta go wash a bunch of dishes for probably the next half hour. So until next time, people, as always, be good. I'm Larry. This is Woods North, signing off. Peace.